This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Good morning, I'm Lauren Casey. The time right now is 4:27 here on this Thursday, April 30th. Thanks for joining us. We do want to start with a few top stories and your forecast before we get into the show. This is something that happened in the overnight hours while you were sleeping. Some sort of argument, police believe, led to this gunfire on the city's east side. There was a fight involving at least 3 men. This happened on Raleigh Drive. The police tell us that there are more than 30 rounds fired that hit one man. That man is listed as stable this morning. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more about this east side situation. We do want to look right now at your forecast. As I was driving into work, Todd, there were some rain showers. Luckily, right when I pulled into the parking lot, the rain shower stopped so I could get in the building without getting soaked. But what can people expect out there? Because we know it is a cooler start.
Yeah, you know, temperatures are much cooler. We're in the 40s, as you can see, compared to yesterday when we were starting off the morning with temperatures right around 60 degrees. As far as those rain showers go, we're just going to kind of deal with them once again off and on throughout the day. They're less numerous than they were yesterday, but they will be around us. This area of low pressure slowly makes its way through the area, and you notice the showers in the center of your screen on radar there on the eastern and western portion of the state, getting a little bit of a break in the central portion of Indiana. As far as the rest of today, the temperatures are going to struggle. We are not going to warm a whole lot throughout the day today. We're only going up to about 49 degrees, and honestly, that high is actually going to occur pretty late in the day once the rain finally moves out. But have that rain gear handy. It's all light rain. That's the good news. So you have the umbrella or a light jacket with a hood on it, and you should be just fine. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We do want to get to the very latest numbers on COVID-19 here in the Hoosier State. We get these numbers from the state health department around the noon hour each day. So as of yesterday, there were 63 new deaths reported, bringing the total deaths in our state to 964. There were also more than 600 new cases confirmed in the Hoosier State, bringing the total number of cases so far in this pandemic to more than 17,000. We can tell you that more than 91,000 Hoosiers have been tested for the coronavirus. We'll get the latest numbers from the state later today, but we'll also break down what this means for the state's rebound coming up here on the show. And something else we got to talk about are just ordinary appointments. Maybe your kids have a pediatrician appointment to get some vaccinations. Well, we know that those are down right now, about 50%, and that's due to people not being able to get those regular checkups and appointments, maybe people not wanting to go into a doctor's office at this time for fear of contracting the coronavirus. So our Kelsey Anderson is going to look at what this means and what this means for our health as a state going forward. So we'll have more on that, plus news, weather, and traffic right here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Police make an arrest in the death of a mail carrier. Now at 4:30, how the community is serving that she served is remembering her. Plus,
as of right now, much like a lot of other people, we're having to dip into savings, which is not ideal, but we're doing what we have to do to get by.
Well, many people are still waiting on their federal stimulus checks. We're working for you to find out why and tips to help you speed up the process. It's 4:30, though, here on our Thursday morning. We want to thank you for joining us on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Glosson is standing by from home on this cooler start to our day. Todd, what can folks expect for their Thursday?
Yeah, Lauren, I haven't had to walk outside that like you did going into the station, and I'm going to kind of wait a little while to do so as temperatures are sitting in the 40s across the area, and we're dealing with some rain showers still across parts of central Indiana. Live look at Storm Team 6 radar, and you don't see a whole lot. Most of the heavier showers have come to an end, but there are those showers off to our west that extend from Chicago down towards the Terre Haute area, and all those are going to rotate through. So especially during the morning hours today, there will be the potential for some light scattered showers as this area of low pressure that is just slowly making its way through the area finally pushes off into Canada. Once that happens, it'll set us up for a much better stretch of weather as we head into Friday and the weekend. But here are those temperatures, everybody hovering right around 43 to 46 degrees across the area, and these temperatures will just slowly start to climb throughout the day today. In fact, throughout the morning hours, they hold pretty steady. Our high today of 49 That is going to occur pretty late in the day, but it's also going to be fairly breezy, Lauren. So that's going to make the temperatures you see on your screen right now actually feel a little bit cooler. So you'll need a heavier jacket if you're going to be out and about.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Here is a live look right now at traffic up here on the north side, I-465 and Ditch Road. This is where we have some scheduled road work again today, the Ditch Road Bridge over I-465. So if that's normally part of your commute, you may want to reroute today as crews are working on an asphalt and sidewalk project there. That's scheduled to finish up Friday. Of course, we'll keep you updated. And this is all weather dependent, so we know that the roads are a little wet this morning, so they may not be working this morning. Of course, we'll let you know if we get any updates on that project. Let's take a look right now down to the southwest side, I-465 here near Kentucky Avenue. Traffic in this spot is pretty quiet this morning. We'll, of course, keep our eyes on the roads and let you know if there are any crashes or delays. New this morning, a man is in the hospital following gunfire on the city's east side. Police say that a fight involving 3 men started just before midnight on Raleigh Drive. Officers say more than 30 rounds were fired, hitting 1 man. This morning, that man is listed as stable. Police believe the shooter ran from the scene, and this morning investigators are working to learn what led up to that argument. A man is under arrest in connection to the shooting death of a U.S. postal worker. Police and federal authorities arrested 21-year-old Tony Cushenberry on Tuesday evening for his involvement in the death of Angela Summers. Now neighbors are focusing on remembering Summers and supporting her family. This morning, RTV6's Cameron Riddle shows you how a neighborhood is paying tribute to the woman who did her job with a smile.
Angela Summers was a welcomed face in this East Side neighborhood.
She was a wonderful person, pleasant, always smiling.
The 45-year-old United States Postal Service mail carrier was shot and killed near Washington and Denny Streets Monday afternoon. One street over, Summers is being remembered for her kind heart.
When this house burnt a couple months ago, she made a special trip to see me to make sure I was okay. And whenever this little dog would be out, she always had a treat for him. And he looked forward to that every day.
Shirley Stevenson chatted with Summers regularly.
She was a Sunday school teacher. She was an animal rescuer.
Neighbors like Tracy Wagner recognize how hard Summers worked, delivering mail in the rain, snow, and heat, all to feed her family. She says that's why she's printing out yard signs to post in the neighborhood as a way to honor a mother now taken from her daughter.
If we sell these signs after we're done selling them, whatever money is left over or donated, we'd like to donate it to Angela Summers' 14-year-old daughter.
The signs are currently being ordered. In the meantime, the people she served are thankful that she cared about them.
She was a delightful person, and she's going to be terribly missed by all who knew her.
On the East Side, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Cameron, thank you. Postal inspectors and IMPD say the United States Attorney's Office will determine what charges the man arrested in connection to Monday's shooting will face. It is 4:35 here on your Thursday. Now it is time to get you caught up with the very latest on the coronavirus outbreak in our state. The state health department confirmed 63 new deaths from the virus. So far, 964 Hoosiers have died from COVID-19. Health officials say 605 more people have tested positive for the coronavirus. This morning, more than 17,000 Hoosiers have been diagnosed with COVID-19. This morning, the ACLU of Indiana says they filed public records request with the governor's office and President Trump's administration. The requests seek information of the government's understanding of COVID-19's impact on prisons. For weeks, the ACLU has pushed for some inmates to be released to help slow the spread of COVID-19. A spokesperson for the governor's office says they will fulfill the requests according to the law. This morning, very welcome news, perhaps a real weapon now in this battle against COVID-19. As ABC's Inez de la Cuetara reports, an antiviral drug showing some promise in speeding up recovery as the nation continues to look for ways to reopen.
21st.
This morning, fresh hope in the fight against coronavirus. The country's top infectious disease doctor announcing the drug remdesivir, originally tested for Ebola, may be effective in treating COVID-19, according to early trial results from an NIH study.
The data shows that remdesivir has a clear-cut, significant positive effect in diminishing the time to recovery. This is really quite important. It's highly significant.
The drug still needs to be peer reviewed, but it will now be offered to very sick patients.
Whenever you have clear-cut evidence that a drug works, you have an ethical obligation to immediately let the people who are in the placebo group know so that they could have access. And all of the other trials that are taking place now have a new standard of care.
This 55-year-old father had to be put on oxygen because of COVID-19. He says he recovered when he began taking remdesivir.
I was feeling pretty bad, so I said, sure, let's give it a shot.
Meanwhile, states now figuring out how to safely reopen. 11 have already eased restrictions, and 7 more are expected to do so by the end of the week. An estimated 30% of the American economy shuttered.
It's going to be worse in the second quarter.
In Iowa, the governor warning furloughed employees that if they refuse to go back to work, even if they are worried about contracting the virus, they could lose their unemployment benefits.
And in the race for a vaccine, pharma giant Pfizer announcing their vaccine could be tested as early as next week and available for emergency use in the fall. Inez de la Cuetera, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, RTV6 is sharing resources and stories to help our community rebound from the coronavirus pandemic. That includes keeping you informed about the systems and the programs created to help you and support you during this difficult time. Jason Mueller and his wife are still waiting for their stimulus check. They both work at Center Grove High School. Jason was already dealing with a personal health crisis before the COVID-19 outbreak.
October 30th of 2018, came down with pancreatitis. About 3 weeks later, was fully septic. Probably should have died. 65 days in the hospital. Had to relearn to walk again. 9 months on a feeding tube. Nothing solid to eat. So yeah, it's been a trying 18 months.
Mueller learned that his check is delayed. He didn't get a refund from taxes due to missing so much work for his illness. He has since worked with his bank to get his account information to the IRS. And after speaking with him last night, his check is supposed to arrive this week. Well, some people in stimulus check limbo are getting a message that says payment status not available on the IRS website. Social media users are sharing a simple trick to get answers if that happens. Try entering your street address using all capital letters, changing the way you abbreviate your address, or leaving out punctuation. This morning, more than 4,000 casino employees at 3 different locations have been furloughed. The furloughed employees work at Harrah's Hoosier Park, Indiana Grand Racing and Casino out in Shelbyville, and Horseshoe Casino in Hammond. Notices by the casino owners say the furloughs are expected to be temporary. However, the notice says they could be permanent depending on the extent of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our commitment to connect you to job opportunities through hiring Hoosiers is now more important than ever. Apex Energy Solutions specializes in eco-friendly remodeling products. Many of its sales reps used to work in the hospitality industry. The company says sales positions may be a good fit for laid-off restaurant or hotel employees who are interested in making a career change.
We have found that Apex is the perfect vehicle for those individuals during this challenging time that want to reinvent themselves, someone that wants to redevelop themselves in a new way, someone that maybe just hasn't found the right opportunity to step out of their comfort zone. We think right now is that right time.
Apex is looking to fill around 12 sales positions at its headquarters in Zionsville. Sales partners go through a 3-week paid program. For more information, you can go to hiringhoosiers.com. Finances are tight for many Americans right now. Still ahead, how things could be getting tighter thanks to many credit card companies. Todd.
And Lauren, we just have to get through today with the cool temperatures and the showers as the stubborn area of low pressure continues to just make its way through the Great Lakes. But once we get past today, I really do think you're going to like the forecast going forward into the weekend. We'll talk all about it coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on RTV6. The time now is 4:40. Stay with us. We're back in just a couple minutes.
Days from 4:30 to 7.
Well, hundreds of fake Facebook accounts are linked to President Trump's political advisor, Roger Stone. That's according to court documents from the former special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. The disclosure came as the Justice Department made public dozens of search warrants from its investigation into Stone. The documents show that Stone's assistant was interviewed voluntarily by Mueller's investigators. He says part of his work for Stone included buying a couple hundred fake Facebook accounts. The assistant said bloggers working for Stone sought to build what looked like make a real Facebook account to push information about the 2016 Russian hack of the Democrats. Covering Indiana this morning, police in Fort Wayne say that a man with an axe sent 4 people to the Fort Wayne hospital. This attack happened at the Lowe's store. When police arrived, they found the suspect being held down by a group of customers and employees. Police say the men entered the store and grabbed an axe. The victims all have minor injuries. Police say the suspect faces a number of battery charges. This morning, YouTube is making it easier for you to wade through the online rumor mill. They're rolling out a fact-checking feature to U.S. users this week. So if you search a controversial topic, you may see a panel at the top of the page that lets you know a little more about it. One example YouTube gave shows if you search for COVID and ibuprofen, a fact-checker box appears with information about a debunked rumor. YouTube has been testing the fact-checker in other countries for a couple of years now. It is 4:45 here on our Thursday, and we can't dispute the facts, Todd, that it is a lot cooler outside as people are heading out the door for your Thursday, and you may want to add a coat.
Yeah, you definitely want to have the extra coat handy, Lauren. There's no doubt about that. Here it is, the last day of April, and we're talking about temperatures that may struggle to get to the 50-degree mark for many of you later on this afternoon. Here's a live look at Storm Team 6 radar. We had some rain showers yesterday evening that moved through, and then I saw a couple great pictures on social media of rainbows when the sun popped out. And it's going to kind of be one of those days again today where there may be a few peaks of sunshine, and then all of a sudden a shower moves through, and then you're back to dry conditions. It's just very unsettled as this area of low pressure makes its way through the area. Right now we're dealing with some light rain in Rockville, Covington, over towards Lafayette, into the Kokomo area. And then as we slide to the south and east, a few spotty showers just west of Bloomington, over towards the Connorsville and Rushville area as well as we work our way to the eastern side of the state. So this is a big, slow-moving area of low pressure. You see that classic comma shape with the heaviest of the rain off towards the east. We're on the backside of this area of low pressure, and so that means two things. One, we'll still deal with some scattered showers, but they won't be as numerous as they were yesterday. But also, we're now on the cool side of this system, and that's why temperatures today are about 20 degrees cooler in some spots than they were at this time yesterday morning. So TrueCast just keeps some scattered showers in the forecast off and on throughout the day as this area of low pressure makes its way through the area. Other than that, we'll just have lots of clouds around throughout the day. Our rainfall totals won't be significant across the area. They'll generally be pretty light, but because of the clouds and because of the showers and the lack of sunshine, these temperatures that you see here are not going to warm much at all throughout the course of the day. Temperatures in the 40s right now, 46 in Bloomington, 43 in Indy, 45 is the current temperature in Muncie. We essentially hold steady through at least the noon hour, and then once the showers move out as we work our way into the afternoon and evening hours, that's when the temperatures will slowly start to creep up, and we should get back up to about 48 to 49 degrees. Tomorrow, the forecast is great. Partly cloudy skies with a temperature back into the mid-60s, even better for the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the 70s. Saturday is dry with partly cloudy skies as we work our way into the day on Sunday. A cold front comes through, but before that front arrives, a high of 77 and plenty of sunshine. And behind that cold front, Lord, just a little bit cooler, 70 degrees for the temperature on Monday.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at your drive out there. This is I-69 up at Campus Parkway. You can see traffic in the Hamilton County area is traveling up to speed. No issues to slow you down northbound or southbound. So let's take you out to the east side. This is an area that is quiet in terms of traffic, but busier in terms of construction. I-70 is closed in both directions between the North Split downtown and I-465 over on the east side. Ongoing road work in both directions for those 30-day closures. You'll remember the eastbound lanes closed first, so those are still scheduled to reopen mid-May, and then the westbound lanes just closed last week, so those are scheduled to reopen towards the end of the month of May. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that progress. Well, if you're counting on a credit card to help you rebound from the pandemic, even those companies are taking a hit from this economic crisis, and they're making some changes now that could impact you.
They've really clamped down on new approvals, but even on existing customers. We're seeing some banks cutting credit limits, sometimes even canceling cards entirely. It's all about risk management.
Well, creditcards.com says that it could happen if you have cards you have not used in a while, if you're getting close to your limit, if your payments have been late, or if your credit score is falling. If you have trouble paying a credit card bill, contact the company. Many are working with their customers to skip payments with no fees or extra interest. And there are other credit card assistance programs out there to help you. Well, we don't need to know who needs to hear this, but we just know that today is Thursday, and you need to know that because you may be having some trouble keeping track of the days, keeping track of the time, and you are not alone. Experts say times of stress can often bring changes to the way we think or process information. It can stem from changes in our routine, difficulty sleeping, and lax boundaries between work and home, which we know is happening right now. Basically, our brains are working overtime. Experts say that setting a daily schedule can help ease some of the strain, as well as exercising and eating right. Well, are you thinking about a four-legged pal to help keep you company during this ongoing isolation? Today could be a great day to get a new one. April 30th is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. To celebrate, pay a visit to a local animal shelter and consider giving a pet a new home. But if you're not ready for that, you can still volunteer to shelter, offer to donate. Indy Humane continues pet adoptions during this COVID-19 crisis, as several shelters are. There, the adoptions are only by appointment. So to get started, you just fill out an application on indyhumane.org. That's also where you can make a donation to the shelter. Our We're Open Indy series takes you to Hancock County, where the walk-up window at the Mug has become a popular spot. We'll show you what's coming out of the kitchen from just up the road. And the coronavirus pandemic has parents concerned about the health of their children. Coming up all new at 5, how the lack of routine checkups are putting kids at higher risk for other things. It's 4:50. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Yours.
Welcome back. Well, whether it's drive up or drive through, most of us have been getting at least a few meals in our cars lately, and many area restaurants have been stepping up in the process. So this morning, our Brad Brown takes us over to Greenfield, where curbside cuisine to go is picking up steam.
You'll have to go just a bit off the main path in Greenfield to find it, but when you do, you'll be glad to pull up and get your spot at the Mug.
It's been amazing. The community just, they've been so supportive. We are just so glad to be where we're at and to be able to have this community that supports us.
After a few weeks off to regroup, the Mug is now open, and they're back to the flat top and the fryer, serving up some Hoosier favorites.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. And also having enough staff, but not having too much staff, that the staff can still be safe and social distance, being safe with orders that we're picking up from the window, just making sure that we're doing what we need to do to be safe.
The Mug's farm-to-curb cuisine is about as local as it gets. Just 6 miles down the road is Tyner Pond Farm. That's where the meat comes from, for the burgers and one of the best breaded tenderloins in the area. The Frosty Mug was on this same site for more than 50 years. The old car hop order system is still in place. For now, though, it's walk-ups only. Soon enough, the patio and the parking lot will be back in action.
In summertime, it explodes. We've got the park right across the street. We have a pool right down the road. It's just a great atmosphere. We'll have cornhole out. Families will be here playing games and just hanging out. It's wonderful to see people support local. I mean, there's a lot of chain restaurants, but it's really nice when you see that people want to support their local, small, mom and pop type restaurants. So that's really encouraging for us.
The Mug also has a location in Indy's Irvington neighborhood. They're closed for now, but looking forward to having that one opened up soon. Over in Greenfield, you can order online for pickup and delivery Thursday through Sunday. We also want to give a shout out to Kostas Grill in Greenfield. They're open for carryout, serving up Greek favorites like gyros and kebabs, burgers and salads as well. They're open Monday through Saturday until 8 p.m. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
All right, thank you, Brown. Great, Brad, great job as always there. Food looks really good. All right, temperatures here today will be topping off right around 49 degrees with scattered showers off and on throughout the day. All the showers we see should be very, very light. Warmer tomorrow, back into the 60s. The sunshine returns as well. We'll all look forward to the weekend, though. That's when temperatures are in the 70s. Weekend is mainly dry. Just be on the lookout for some scattered thunderstorms late in the day on Sunday as a cold front comes through. This time now is 4:57. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.